Georgia is ranked at the top at plus 225. Then Michigan and Ohio State are both at plus 700. And while Alabama is ranked fourth, their odds to win it all are a touch shorter at plus 600. With that, we say hello to our college football expert, Mike Calabrese. Breeze, it's so good to see you. Hard to believe week one is here already. What are your thoughts on what the AP rankings tell us versus what we can actually expect to see on the field coming up here?
Well, the first thing that's jarring is to see Bama at 4 in the preseason AP poll, but as you pointed out, they're only 6-1, so they're the third favorite to win the national title. And something else I like to bring up at this time of year: in the last decade, 21 teams have started in the top 10 of the AP preseason poll, only to finish the season unranked. So I would put a few of those teams on upset alert early in the season. LSU and Florida State playing on Sunday, so someone's going to take an L right out of the gate. And USC and Washington, this is probably the most competitive Pac-12 we've seen in the last 15 years. It's going to be their last season as a conference all put together, and somebody is going to tumble down the rankings. So either Washington or USC, I think, is a prime candidate to continue that tradition of a top 10 team finishing the season unranked.
Wow, well, I like that you gave us right off the tip a couple of upsets to potentially watch out for. But let's get to some picks for this Saturday. We're calling this segment Under and Underdog. So can you give us one of each?
Sure. Why wait for Saturday? We can get a game right on the Thursday slate for an under. UCF and Kent State. I'm going to go under 56 here. And the logic is pretty simple. Kent State was the biggest loser of the transfer portal in the entire country. Colin Wilson puts together a net TARP, which is returning production and transfer activity put together. Kent State was -12. That was dead last overall and -7 on offense, also tied for dead last in the FBS. On the defensive side of the ball, 11 of their top 13 players in terms of playing time last season are all gone. So Kent State has a totally empty cupboard when it comes to their talent. They have a brand new head coach at Kenny Burns, his first head coaching stop of his career. So a lot of new faces, a lot of inexperience. And when you watch them last year when they were 5-7, they were up and down, certainly competitive on the offensive side of the ball. Colin Schley, their quarterback, now is in Westwood playing for UCLA. Both of their wide receivers moved up to the Power 5 level, and Marquez Cooper, their running back, transferred intra-conference to Ball State. So really, there's nothing to get excited about on that side of the football. And this is a UCF defense that last year in their non-conference schedule allowed just 12 points per game, and that was facing 2 Power 5 opponents. So I think there's a good shot that they get shut out here in the opener, and it takes 2 to tango on a total. So if they get shut out, I don't really see UCF scoring north of 50 points in this one. I'll go under 56.
Fair enough. Okay, so a couple of teams that could struggle to score, but how about an underdog that you like?
So on Saturday, Akron, another MAC squad, is traveling to play Temple on the road in Philadelphia. Not a notoriously difficult place to play, maybe 10,000 fans at this game. And I understand that E.J. Warner, Kurt Warner's son, is getting a lot of the headlines coming off a solid freshman debut for the Owls. But outside of that, I think the story should be on Akron in this game. Joe Moorhead, his famed Joe Mo, hurry-up, up-tempo offense that likes to use a lot of the read option and tagging on RPOs to just about everything they do. What's critical in his system is having an experienced quarterback. DJ Irons got a ton of experience last year during a 2-10 campaign. He had 3 games of over 300 yards passing, 1 100-yard rushing game against Bowling Green, and they were right on the cusp of being competitive in the second half of that year. They actually had 5 one-possession losses in which they lost combined by just 23 points. So in a lot of ways, this team could have been 4-8, 5-7. I think you're getting great value on the Zips here. My power rankings call for this spread to be 4. Instead, it's 10. Let's take a gamble on the money line all the way up to 3-1 for the Owls to lose outright on their home field.
So decisive. I love it. All right, looking at Akron here to maybe make some noise early in this season. Mike Calabrese, thanks for joining Green Dot Daily. I'm so excited to do this more as the season progresses.
Thanks for having me, and I'm going to enjoy the 5-day slate here. Let's get back to some college football.